Lynn Hershman Leeson, born in 1941, is an American multimedia artist whose work is deeply informed by research into surveillance, feminism, and interactivity. She pioneered technology-based interactive art, and her work breaks from the standard passive viewing, inviting the viewer to ignite and actively participate in her pieces through a dialogue. In her 1985 essay, Interactive Technology and Art, she writes, "Interactive technology represents the antithesis of communication as we have known it." In discussing her early works, Hershman Leeson says that she invented the term user back then and combined time and interactivity to create a dialogue of choice, change, and the politics of change. Her work demonstrates the power of installation and participatory research. She was the first artist to use a touchscreen in her 1989 work Deep Contact, where viewers are invited to touch a woman's body to activate a narrative. Her 1979 to 1984 work titled Lorna was the first art piece to use laserdisc technology where users could explore the life of an agoraphobic woman named Lorna. In one of her earliest works, she created a persona named Roberta Brightmore, complete with a driver's license and credit score to explain how we ourselves create our own identities. She has made multiple films and likes to explore the relationship between technology and humanity. In her 1993 interactive installation titled Room of One's Own, Hershman Leeson explores ideas of surveillance, privacy, and gendered spaces. The title references Virginia Woolf's essay, A Room of One's Own, in which she emphasizes the importance of women having their own space and money and being able to create and write. She based this project off of Thomas Edison's kinetograph, where someone views film reels through a peephole. Writing about this work, she discusses the peep show, where spectators took pleasure in the process of voyeuristically viewing seductive images of women. She mentions Etienne Jules Méret's creation of a gun that replaced bullets with film in 1888, and draws parallels between the gun and the camera in that they are both triggered and shoot a subject. She writes that women are taught to be looked at. In contemporary society, this is interpreted as a manifestation of desire. Cinema and media has active and violent power in constructing and confirming social identities of women. Femininity is something to be looked at. It never looks back. In The Room of One's Own, Herman Leeson explores ideas of confronting one's own gaze through peeping into a woman's private space and pushing back on women's historical objectification on screen. In the piece, the viewer looks through a peephole into a miniature house. Once the piece is activated, a woman appears on a small screen and asks, "What are you doing here? Please look somewhere else." She says things like,
"What are you waiting for? What do you want? You want me to do something? Forget it."
The viewer's eyes control the interface as they are tracked to trigger videos on a screen in the back of the room based on where they look. The videos consist of segments showing how women are imprisoned by mediated sexual stereotypes, from being undressed with eyes or escaping virtual advances and expectations. They include a reverse striptease, a woman imprisoned by the bars of a bed, a telephone conversation, and a collage of mediated images. A screen at the back of the room reflects the viewer's eye. It's the only spot where looking does not trigger a video. Hershman Leeson writes that the implanted erotic scenes will only be able to be viewed when the participants' eyes are not directly looked at. This project reverses the roles of observer and observed. Herman Leeson says, "The voyeur becomes the victim. When you begin an aggressive act, you're victimized by it also." By making the viewer's gaze an active component of the work, the piece compels self-reflection on how technology influences perception and power dynamics and exposes the uncomfortable reality of surveillance and self-surveillance. Her work embodies Creswell's constructivist research framework, where knowledge is subjective and built through interaction. As Creswell notes, constructivist researchers study the process of interaction among individuals. Room of One's Own relies on the viewer's engagement to activate its meaning making the experience inherently subjective. Additionally, it employs a feminist framework by interrogating systems of power and addressing ways women's identities have been constructed by the male gaze. The project also aligns with transformative frameworks, which seek to challenge and reconstruct dominant narratives. By incorporating surveillance elements, it engages with ethical questions about privacy and agency. Hershman Leeson stated, "Privacy ended in her lifetime," emphasizing how technology reveals and shapes our behaviors. Ultimately, Room of One's Own combines critique with experience and remains relevant today where surveillance and self-monitoring are everyday realities. While it is It is fairly observational, its minimalism and function enhances the impact of its themes.